How do I smell? Beer? A little bit of everything. Powder, beer, shaving cream.
All right, go ahead and raise your hands, and Andrea will get you the mic.
Hey, John, it looks like you just celebrated your first win. What's these last few hours been like for you personally?
Crazy, bittersweet. Like I said before, didn't expect this sitting right here at 11 o'clock this morning, but felt really good. It was a awesome game, obviously, but for me personally, this is about as cool as it gets. So, like I said, love Charlie, and it was a hard day for everyone, but happy that we played the way we did.
And for a lot of these players, or most of them, it's the first managerial change. It's a unique day for them. How do you think they responded and showed out there?
I mean, good, I think. 8-2. Tremendous pitching performance by Strip, Timmy, and Trev. So couldn't ask for more, obviously, with the offense and Teo doing their thing as well. So, like I said, it's a talented group. You don't really have to say much. They're pretty self-motivated. So it was a cool night for sure.
John, just from maybe a preseason expectation, this is a game that you figured might be a bit more prototypical with a good starting pitching, some early offense, and some add-on runs. For you, is this the formula that you kind of see this team with the potential to produce on a more consistent basis?
Yeah, I think so. And that's a really good pitcher in Zach Wheeler over there, especially his last two outings. So I think what they did is what we hope for them to do most nights. It's a tough lineup for anyone to go through. A lot of right-handers, obviously, but a lot of really good right-handers. And, the guy showed up offensively, and really can't say enough about Strip. Just kind of, he's been a stabilizing force since Ryu's been out, and he was dialed in from the start, man. Him and Kirky had a great mix, and you get that, it makes days like today pretty easy.
And it looked like you hit and run a couple times there. Were you looking for opportunities to be a bit more active on the base paths?
Yeah, the one with Espy and Chappie at first was a hit and run early. The other one with Espy hitting behind Gurry, just Gurry going on his own and picking up some tendencies. But I think against a pitcher like that, of that caliber, you have to take advantage of spots. You can't kind of wait around and wait for something to happen. You got to force the issue at times. Espy, obviously, I know him well, and I know how he can handle the bat, so it was a good opportunity for that, to kind of get that first run across. And I thought it made them a little bit more aware of us on the bases, honestly, going forward with the way they were holding runners. So definitely something we want to do going forward is kind of forcing the issue at times and being aggressive on the bases.
I know you're still trying to process tonight, but is Gosman ready to go tomorrow?
Yeah, Gosman's going to start tomorrow versus KC. We didn't want to do it on his bobblehead night. His daughter threw out the first pitch.
It looked like Vladdy didn't know how he hit that ball out. Do you have any idea how he did it?
No, Vladdy being Vladdy, kind of one-handed and got it out to left center, but that's how talented he is. He can kind of change the course of a game with one swing at any time, and he can do it with one hand. It's pretty impressive. So we need him, we need Teo, we need Kirky, all those guys in the middle, and they showed up tonight.
Hey, John, obviously you've had kind of the two opportunities last year to act as manager. How did this one kind of feel different during the game to you?
Different because I knew I was doing it again tomorrow. So, and different because it was, just not acting for a day. It's acting for the rest of the season, which is cool. So you don't want to just put everything into one night. Not that I was doing that last year, but it's just kind of a cool stepping stone for me, and it was obviously a great series for the guys. So just a pretty cool night.
And then Strip, for a while, as you mentioned, has been really good.
Yeah.
2 times through the order. What did you kind of see from him to kind of allow him to go back out for that third time?
Watching him, his velo, the stuff, the way he was playing, their lineup's tricky because there's so many lefties, righties, and it's trying to match up and who to bring in where and line guys up in the right spot. But, he was awesome. He was just cruising, whatever it was, 54 pitches through 5 innings, whatever it was. So it kind of made it easy for me and Pete to sit there and talk about it. So when you're trying to navigate around some potential damaging spots, he kind of stayed out of them. So it made it pretty easy. He was still kind of our best option at that point, going deep, and really just can't say enough about how he changed speeds, located, I mean, just pinpoint location with everything, and executed the plan basically to perfection. He was awesome.
John, I know you've had not a lot going on today, but I presume you've seen, looking ahead to tomorrow, that you will face a weakened Royals lineup. What reaction do you have to seeing that number of players who will not be in the lineup against your team this weekend?
A little bit surprising, but I think the rules are the rules, and we live by them, and the rest of the league lives by them. Definitely not a series you're going to take lightly going into the break. So you kind of see who they have, you game plan accordingly, and hopefully build off this 2-game series against the Phils, who are a damn good team, especially recently, and just keep on keeping on. So looking forward to it for sure.
John, Mesa tonight and last night, 2 really good ones in a row, 3 and 4 really good ones. How important is he going to be for you guys down the stretch?
Very. I mean, if we can get Timmy to do that with the way his stuff plays against lefties and really against righties, he's almost matchup proof because of that sinker. So he's going to be a stabilizing force in the pen going forward. It's great to have a guy that's left-handed to go in against lineups like that. In certain pockets where you can kind of really put him in a good spot. But if he can do that, Jimmy throwing the way he is and Jordy at the end with Simber on the other side, right-handed too, it's just huge for us. So, and not to discredit Trevor. I mean, his last couple outings since he's been back, and tonight was probably the exclamation point on it. He's been nails. So, but Timmy's he's been a constant, and he's going to be really important the rest of the way.
Since you brought up Trevor, what's been the difference between I don't think he's been scored on. I'm not sure he's given up a hit since he came back, but what's the difference between what he did last year and what he did before he went on the IL this year?
I think right now, since he's been back, it's execution, it's locating his pitches, not trying to be too fine because his stuff plays. And when he can get, ahead in counts, he's usually pretty good. And I think he was kind of battling a little bit being too fine with location early on in the year and put himself in some tough counts. But if he can do that, man, is that going to be a boost for us, because we've seen him be really good before, and obviously he's got a ton of talent. And he's almost kind of matchup proof too with that changeup against lefties. So it's kind of a luxury to have that guy that can handle both sides, righty and lefty. But he's been awesome, and I think it's just a credit to Pete and Bushy that talked to him and said, hey, get in the zone and let your stuff do what it does. He's been great.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.